This is it, the showcase for the absolute best of the NBA. The All-Star Game set to begin tonight. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. And the for John Wall.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
On the court for the West All-Stars, we've got Russell Westbrook. Davis is out there with Griffin. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Curry in at the point. Here's Melo. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Monroe's checked in for the East. The West also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Anthony Davis. Nowitzki comes in for Blake Griffin. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Steph Curry.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Nobody near Leonard. Another miss by Leonard. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star Game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star Game.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Coach joked about how he planned for this game. He said that he took a look at the roster of the other conference and realized that there is no way to plan for all the talent and superstars on the other side of the ball, saying, if I had to actually try and stop them from scoring, I might lose my mind. We don't want to see that, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Irving kicks to Batum. Pass to Monroe. He dishes it to Melo. Launches it. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. The West All-Stars with the ball. They trail by one. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Butler, he's checked in for the East. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the West. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Bledsoe outside. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Nowitzki's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, you can't expect lockdown D in the All-Star game, especially in the first half.
And a wide open look for Freak. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Now, here's Butler, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. On the wing, Batum. Here's Melo. The offensive rebound, Horford. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Gary. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Outside for Batum. Here's Horford. 11 feet out, and he hits it. And now a 5-point East All-Star lead.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Lillard sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got his first 3 points of the game. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. The East All-Stars up on top. They lead by a bucket. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
Time now for an injury report. And now Doris Burke has an update for us on Kawhi Leonard. Doris, what's the news there?
Guys, the head athletic trainer for the West All-Stars was able to update me on the situation. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
All right, Doris, really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And, you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Absolutely. I mean, his teammates want him back out there as much as he wants to be back out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the East All-Stars, Melo in a two-guard. LeBron James is out there with Anthony, and it's Wall, and it's George in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
And here comes the break. And here we go. Here's Melo. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Melo's got 12 in the game. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and
something else far from the get-go.